Cryptocurrencies are all the rage recently, and they're popular for a reason. Crypto's a much more secure way of holding and spending your money. It allows for investment and to buy more expensive items without the risk. Banks aren't exactly happy about all of this and don't want to take it over. Today, we'll discuss why banks hate crypto and why they don't want it to take over. First up is physical money is dwindling. With the way our economy works, physical money needs to be printed or created. Over time, resources to create this will dwindle and eventually might be harder to make physical money. Because crypto is purely digital, there is no need to create any money for physical use. This makes it more secure and doesn't hurt the environment. Crypto not being a currency that can physically dwindle allows you to keep money for much longer. Banks don't like this because they go off of physical money most of the time. Next up, crypto offers a near instant transaction. Crypto is an instant transaction. This means no matter what you're doing in terms of purchasing something, it is instant. There's no need to wait around to make sure your card cleared or your money went through the till correctly. You don't need to sit around and hand money around or put it into a machine. You just use your phone and the purchase has been made. This makes everything quicker as previously stated. Everything's much smoother, leading to a more efficient society. Banks don't exactly like this because it removes the need to take money out of their facilities or even use them in the first place. Next up is banks need customers. For a bank to even operate both physically and online, they need customers. At a point, lots of people might have the vast majority of their money in crypto as it's taking over the market. You might think this is a dumb idea because crypto is malleable, but there are some coins that are completely stable as they're designed to do so. If people don't have money in the banks, then what are they going to do? Banks aren't the only thing you can place money into now. They're slowly becoming obsolete. They don't really like that. Next up is crypto is way faster. This idea is that crypto is a way faster currency than others. Whether it's transferring between accounts or sending money to others, no matter the payment, it is much faster than other methods. This is in comparison to something like a bank transfer, which could take up to 24 hours. Crypto allows you to shortcut these moments in life, making everything more efficient and way quicker. We are at that point with technology where everything just needs to become simpler and way more efficient. Everything's already at a great standard, but people just want an easier life. Banks need you to use their services for transfer and interaction. Without people using them, they aren't going to be useful anymore and may fall off. Next up is banks are centralized. The main thing that keeps banks being main part of our society and keeps them doing well is centralization. Banks are centralized, which means they're able to make decisions and changes that can affect everyone who uses their services, and you can't do anything about it. Most of the world works like this, and it's just the norm at this point. Crypto isn't centralized, which means that they cannot do things like this. Banks have no control over crypto, which is why they don't like it. They have no way of doing anything to cryptocurrencies, so they just hate it. Next up is no middleman involved. Banks are basically a middleman in our society. We use them to store our money, pay our money into, and obviously spend our money from. Most of us carry around bank cards which have our money connected to them. They're the middlemen for everything we do when it comes to money. Cryptocurrencies have no middlemen, and you pay straight out of your crypto wallet when you buy things with it or trade it over. They remove the middleman, and banks don't like that. They get their business from being the middleman, but more and more people aren't using them at all, so they're falling down in priority. Next up is smaller transaction fees. One major thing crypto brings to the table is these smaller transaction fees that they can provide. In some places around the world, you have to pay a small amount when you transfer or pay anyone through your bank account. This is so they gain a little cut for you using their services. Crypto gets rid of that by making the fee much smaller, basically unnoticeable at this point. This is what they have over the banks. People are more inclined to spend through crypto than their bank because they'll lose less money in their transactions. Banks are getting really annoyed at this. Next up is more people getting into crypto. More people are getting into crypto. This should flood the market to a point where people see this type of currency as an actual form of payment. If all goes well, it could lead to it replacing normal currencies. If this happens, we'll be using a better form of payment that allows for an easier way to buy things in our lives. Lots of people are still fine with normal money, but a few type of payment is nothing to scoff at. People weren't all for cards and contactless, but now everyone seems to love them. It's all about making life easier for everyone. Banks lose out on so much if this sort of thing happens. They just won't be able to keep up. It's no wonder that they aren't happy about it at all. And finally, we have it'll take time. Time will tell. To conclude this list, the main thing to cover is that it's going to take time. Crypto may be the most popular thing at the moment, but little has been proven about its longevity or even if its takeover from the banks. Banks banks are going to be here until crypto really takes over, which is a scary thought, but it's not going to be quick. Some people still believe in banks, and most people still use them even if they're into crypto. Crypto may take over in the future, but for now, banks don't have much to worry about. And that's the end of the list. We hope you learned a lot about crypto and the future of the world. Though it may take another 20 or 30 years for it to really take over the market, crypto is definitely something learning about earlier than later. If more of us know about it, the world will spread. Larger companies will think of it as something worth allowing. Only a few companies even acknowledge crypto, as it's seen as something only rich people use. Over time, it's sure to reach the masses, especially with its more mainstream spotlight with the success of something like Dogecoin. It'll take time to incorporate crypto into our daily lives. We'll have to wait a decent amount of time, and people will have to learn about the ins and outs of the trade. People will need to learn the best ways to invest and the best ways to buy the coins. On the surface, it's a little complicated, but over time, learning the trade will make so many people's lives even better. People's lives will become way more convenient and even more simple. We'll be seeing quicker and safer transactions that will make life just better. Banks are something that people will seemingly always use, and if crypto does take over currency and physical money, they may just have to adopt a crypto-like scheme to fit in. Money is just changing overall, so it's hard to think about what's going to happen in the future. The more people learn about crypto and the new market, the better our future will be. At the end of the day, crypto is something we see more of over time, hopefully sooner rather than later. Crypto is something that will eventually make its way into normal life. You will be seeing it sometime soon. It'll not take thousands or even hundreds of years, most likely in the next decade or so. Crypto will become intertwined into our society and everyone will be using it. And that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.